So we had our first kid and he was doing well. And then I got pregnant again and I had a miscarriage, which was tough. I think it was tough because until you have a miscarriage, you don't really realize how common and frequent they are. I always thought, oh, maybe you have a miscarriage before your first kid. But for some reason, because the first one was so smooth, it didn't really occur to me that like I could, yeah. So it was more of like, it was a mental shock, but an emotional shock, of course. But the other thing that was happening is like at work, I was actually taking the company through our acquisition process. And so I didn't really have that much time to process or grieve in the moment. I literally remember we went in for what we thought was like a routine checkup. And then of course, at that moment, we got the news that it had been a miscarriage, but I actually already had investor calls lined up for the rest of the day. And so like, it wasn't really an opportunity to take the rest of the day off, which would have been ideal to kind of process the news with my husband. And so I just like compartmentalized and then went into the investor call and did my thing. Luckily, my CEO, we're extremely close. And so I actually told him immediately because I walked into the room and he was like, you look a little funny. Like, what's going on? I didn't really tell the team. I just said I had a medical thing. It was I guess the mental load as well. And it's always true, I think, in any work, but especially in a leadership position is like, there were so many faces I was playing at that moment, right? It's like the team didn't know about the acquisition. And so I'm like playing one role with the team, of course, like presenting one role as we're talking to the investors for the potential acquisition, as I'm processing the miscarriage at the same time.